Are you Justin Bieber? I still want to know who he was talking about. But why? Why? Was it a new mom? Was it your mom? Was there good reasoning? Was there bad reasoning? I need to know, because we appreciate moms here. Not the Karens, but the good moms. Listen, I said what I said. Happy apple picking day! Some housekeeping things for any of our new friends. If you want a chance for your stories to be featured on Am I the Bad Apple, you can send them to my subreddit, r/AmITheBadApple. And as a reminder, we all come from different branches of the apple tree. And what that means is that we all have different experiences and we've all lived different lives, and those experiences are going to shape our opinions, our boundaries, the details that we internalize, the assumptions that we try not to make but kind of do in our head. And we just kind of keep these things in mind while we're discussing in the comment section, because when we're discussing an idea or telling someone that we agree with them or disagree with them, it's important to remember that people's experiences and the things that they've witnessed in their lives aren't necessarily a reflection of you and your experiences. They're just what someone else lived. And 9 times out of 10, if you're trying to get someone to see your point of view, attacking them for what they haven't experienced or don't know about or haven't lived isn't gonna make them want to empathize with you. So that's why we practice constructive communication down in the comments, and it's one of the things I pride our community on. But without further ado, let's get started with this week's episode of Am I the Bad Apple? It's late enough, okay? My flu turned into a sinus infection. It's been a whole thing. I've been on antibiotics. It's been a rough time. Let's go apple picking. Apple number 1. Am I the bad apple for ruining my sister's gender reveal? I, 22 male, bake as a hobby, and I'm actually pretty good at it. Like, I get paid under the table for weddings and baby showers, like that kind of good. My sister's pregnant and wanted me to make a cake for her gender reveal. Cool, no problem. I asked her to send me the info so I could prep the inside of the cake, classic pink or blue filling, and she says, oh no, I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised too. Just make it neutral for the reveal and we'll all find out together. I was like, what? You want a gender reveal cake with no gender revealed? She said, well, she'll just have someone email me the information later. That someone never did. Deadline comes and I still have no gender, so I just make the cake. Completely gray inside and outside, just full-on cement vibes. I even add little fondant clouds for effect, and it still tastes great, but visually, grim as heck. The reveal day comes, and they cut into it, and my sister sees gray, and then red, because she looks pissed. Her husband's confused, and people start murmuring. And she pulls me aside and says, why would you make it gray? That's so passive-aggressive. I calmly remind her that no one told me the gender. I have no data to work with. I wasn't about to guess or go full-on improv on someone's baby cake. Well, now my mom is saying that I embarrassed her in front of family and I should have tried harder. Tried harder to what? Summon the gender through vibes? Hi, Bubby. Oh, hi, my love. This isn't charged as much as it should be, but it's fine. You coming to snuggle with me? I love you. I mean, I followed up a couple days before the reveal if the info had been sent, and she said, yeah, someone's taking care of it. I figured it was handled. I didn't want to pester her since she seemed chill about it at the time. But now, I don't know, everyone's giving me a bad time and telling me I should have tried harder, so am I the bad apple for the most neutral reveal cake in history? I mean, she wouldn't give me the information I needed, so what was I supposed to do? Yeah, what? What do you mean she wouldn't give you the information? She didn't have the information. She didn't want to know. She wanted to be surprised. She doesn't know what it is. Well, I asked her once a couple days before and she said someone's taking care of it. Okay, ask again. You're the vendor. You're the service. You either do the job or you cancel the job. You either do the job or you tell her, I can't do this. She asked you to make a gender reveal cake. I don't know if she's actually paying you or not. I hope she is, because I think that's the polite thing to do. But like, even if she's not, that's your sister. Like, this isn't a stranger. This is your sister. This child is gonna be your niece or nephew. What do you mean? Like, oh, well, I asked once and no one sent it to me, so I just made a gray cake and let them be confused when they cut into it. Like, you didn't even tell her the day off. You didn't tell her the day before. Well, I reached out a couple days before and she said it was taken care of. Okay, why not follow up again? What do you, like, of course she doesn't have the information to give you. She wants to be surprised. That's a normal thing for a shower, for the parents to also learn of the gender at the reveal. Like, that's a normal thing. Like, that just feels that is so passive aggressive and messed up. Like, oh, I asked them once and no one sent it to me. Why didn't you ask her who's sending it to me? What number can I call? Like, if this were my brother and his one day future wife, because I love that woman and they're perfect for each other and she's gonna be my sister one day. We literally already call each other sister. I love her. But like, I would be over the moon. I would, like, for me, asking, hey, who's gonna send me the info? They haven't yet, I wanna check in with them. That's like a bare minimum step I would take in this instance. Like a bare minimum step. Hey, these people, they haven't gotten it to me yet. I want it to be perfect. You just went ahead and just did it blah anyways. Like, you went out of your way to make it passive aggressive. Yeah. Well, they didn't send me the info and you didn't give it to me either. Well, I made the cake, but I didn't have the data. That is passive aggressive. You went out of your way to do it anyways in the most blah, like, that's wrong. Like, to me, if you're not gonna do the job, say you can't do the job. And even if they're not paying you, this is still, like, this is your family. This is their big event, right? This is a big deal to them. If you can't do it, don't. Tell them that you can't. Don't wait for them to be embarrassed in front of anyone. There are so many different ways you could have gone about this. Even if you felt like you didn't want to go out of your way for your sister who's having a child, you could have called the night before. You could have let them know the day of. You could have, anything other than letting them find out in front of everybody. You just kind of set them up to kind of fall on their face in front of all their family and friends. You let them announce to the whole room, hey, we're gonna do a gender reveal and we're gonna whatever, and just find out in front of everyone that no one gave you the information. That's messed up. That's rude. Okay? Yeah, no one, so the person who was supposed to give you the information didn't. Or maybe it was in your junk mail. Or maybe they put in the email wrong. Or maybe your sister wrote the email wrong. You didn't ask. Like, if you're gonna be someone that is in charge of cakes and bakery things for like big day things, weddings, gender reveals. Like, in that industry, things go wrong all the time. Are you gonna be that vendor that just like doesn't care and does a bad job just because you don't want to be bothered? Then don't be in that industry. It would be so much better for you to have just not done anything, or to just call them that morning and say like, hey, I never got this, or like, what do you want to do? Or like, warn them beforehand. A very quick fix could have been like hey, I made a great cake because I wasn't sure. Have someone send me the information like now, and we'll go get blue or pink poppers, you know, those little streamer poppers, or cupcakes, something really fast. Or like, you know, just letting them fall on their face in front of all of their friends and family for no reason, because they also wanted to be surprised, which again is a very normal thing, just feels so rude to me. So rude. Like, that's messed up. I hate that. I hate that you did that to them, and I'm going bad apple for that. Because again, there are so many other things that you could have done instead to go crab or good apple, and you just didn't. You didn't want to be bothered. Not only like you didn't want to be bothered to put in the effort for your sister, but like you didn't even let anybody know until it was in front of an audience. And that is so messed up to me. So I'm going bad apple. Apple number 2. Am I the bad apple for making a hit list at school? I, 16 female, made a hit list, but it wasn't even a hit list, okay? It was a list of people who bullied me. I wasn't gonna act on anything, but someone found my list and things got out of control and it just ended up with the principal. I'm on the spectrum, and the way that this whole thing was situated and handled was terrible, okay? There was no reason for anyone to expect that I was gonna commit acts of violence or that I had any urges to do anything of that nature. It was just my way of coping in dealing with everything. And now I'm the bad guy and I have to talk to the principal and I'm in trouble, so I need to know. Am I the bad apple? I'm gonna say something that is gonna sound odd. I think like it's important, but I don't know how to word it and not, like, I don't want it to come off the wrong way, okay? It can be really frustrating for me when a lot of kids post these stories and they just kind of like put as like a disclaimer at the end, like, well, I'm also on the spectrum. Okay, what does that mean? Like, the autism spectrum is so large. You telling me that offers me no context, truly. Like, I don't know if you are in isolated classes. I don't know how far or deep. I don't know what the correct term would be, far or deep on the spectrum. I don't know where you are on the spectrum. I don't know what it inhibits for you. I don't know what you struggle with. Like, that doesn't help me. Okay, it just doesn't. Like, and also, to be completely honest, like, nothing in this story that I hear makes any difference as to whether someone is on the spectrum struggling with autism or not. It just doesn't. Because to be completely honest, I think the principal addressing, hey, there's a list of people who are really mean to you, we need to figure out why and what that means and like why you did that to me is a good thing. And you can feel called out and embarrassed and frustrated that you have to talk about it. But like, let me offer you a different point of view. If you are an adult working at a school in a country where there are problems that we really wish could be fixed, but there just haven't been, right? A lot of really sad, unfortunate, awful, terrible, horrible things happen, sometimes even in schools. And you find a kid who is being bullied, and you find a list of people. Any adult who is rational and responsible is going to take that seriously. Because when it comes to issues like that, you don't take a chance. You don't, because what if it wasn't addressed? What if it wasn't found? What if it was just pushed off and then something happened? Whose fault is that? No adult in a school should ever find a list of people who are mean or bullied you or anything like that and take it like, it's nothing. Oh, I'm sure they would never. You don't know. 100% should address it. Have principal talk to them. Have counselors talk to them. Get parents involved. Figure out if there is anything worth being concerned over. Absolutely. And the kids, you might not like it, and you might feel embarrassed. You might feel frustrated, and you might feel like your privacy is invaded. I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of. And I've seen so many comments on this story of kids who wrote, their therapist told them to write angry letters out to people, and they accidentally left it in the class, and a teacher found it and turned it into the principal. And they're all upset. They're like, oh, my privacy was invaded. I'm telling you, I'm sorry your feelings got hurt. Your feelings are not more important than people's safety. And in the epidemic that we are in regards to school safety, adults should always take caution and look into it over not every time. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but especially as someone who was in a very real code red, I'm sorry. Your feelings are not more important than the safety. And you might not like people asking you about it, and you might not like people reading your personal thoughts and feelings. Be more responsible with your don't leave it. If this is like a truly therapeutic thing by your therapist, then just tell them that. Don't leave it in a classroom. Be responsible with your things. I don't know what else to tell you other than I also would 100% report it. I 100% would take it seriously. I 100% encourage any adult, especially in school setting, to make sure that there's not a real actual threat by the list. Like, you just don't know. You don't know. And you're not the bad apple for making it. It's a therapeutic thing. You're writing out your frustrations. There's nothing wrong with writing it. But the school's not wrong for looking into it either. No one is the bad apple here. I know it feels like I'm scolding you. I'm not scolding you. I'm giving you some tough love of this is the reality that we're in this country. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Safety over feelings. Every time. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but again, with things that I've experienced, I do the same exact thing as a teacher. So like good apple, because again, you're not wrong for making it, but the school's not wrong for looking into it after finding it either. Apple number 3. Hi baby, I know, you're very cute. Am I the bad apple for ruining the family trip? My immediate and extended family have booked a vacation for late in the summer. My aunt, who found this place, knew the owner and they got a great deal. My aunt initially said that there were 6 bedrooms. 1 room for her and her husband, my uncle, 1 room for my parents, 1 room for my cousin and her husband, 1 room for my other cousin and his wife, and then 1 room for all their kids who are all under 10. The last bedroom which I assumed was for me, is actually where my aunt made an innocent little mistake in counting. There are actually only 5 bedrooms. They told me that my boyfriend and I are gonna have to sleep on the pull-out couch. I told my parents, I'm not sleeping on a couch, even if it does pull out. And I don't wanna make my boyfriend sleep on the couch with me either, for his own comfort and privacy. It's in the living room, which is in the middle of everything. I'd rather not be woken up by people starting their day, and I'd rather not have to change in the bathroom every time, or leave my stuff in the living room as well, where everyone can just see it and be around it, or kids go through it. I know someone's gonna say, oh, you can just change in your parents' room, but I don't wanna have to do that. I'm an adult. I shouldn't have to do that. I also don't wanna have to put my luggage in someone else's room and fill their room with clutter and bother them anytime I have to get some of my own things. Again, I'm an adult. I shouldn't have to do that. Same goes for my boyfriend. Like, I don't want to make him have to do that either. We're just going to spend the entire trip feeling like we're in everyone else's way. My family's never had this big of a vacation together in a long time. And I would love to be involved and whatnot, but I'd rather not go if I can't have a room to myself. Or I'll book my own place nearby and I'll also still pay my part of the main house. My mom refused both options, saying that it's going to ruin the trip if I don't stay under the same roof. If I get my own place to stay, it would solely be to sleep. I plan to be with my family at all other times and events. I don't care about the price of getting the Airbnb just to sleep. I just want my privacy. She's convinced though it'll ruin the trip, and I haven't mentioned anything to my cousins or anyone else yet, but I'm considering getting my own place as close as possible though. I mean, my privacy means that much to me. Does that make me the bad apple? I'm not understanding why, if you're an adult and you have your boyfriend, why are the 2 adults not given the room and the 2 kids under 10 are given the pull-out couch? Like, I don't understand why that's a thing. And I understand that the aunt is the one getting the deal for everybody, but like, everyone's paying, right? The kids aren't paying. Are they? They're like, their parents are, but she's not. Wait, I'm sorry, I just misspoke. The parents are, but the kids themselves aren't paying. Like, if I'm an adult paying for a room somewhere, I expect a room. Like, I feel like it's very, why are the kids not sleeping on the couch? I don't understand. Like, they're under 10. Camping out in the living room, so much fun. Let's make them a fort. Make a game out of it. Kids can sleep anywhere and be fine. I, as an adult, I can't sleep on the couch like that and bounce back the next day. I'm gonna be in pain. I'm gonna be hurting. Like, oh my God, even just thinking about it. Do you know what my back feels like in the morning when I have to play Tetris with him and his sister in the bed? Like, I have like him in the crook of one knee, and then his sister is like over one ankle, or will get like under my armpit, and I just have to kind of shape around them, and that hurts the next day. I would not sleep. Okay. I'm trying to think of if I even should say this or not. I had a person that I used to visit out of town, and like, no one slept in a bed over there. And it was, I hated it. It was so uncomfortable all the time. I don't go there anymore. Like, I'm too old. Like, it hurts. It hurts. I, as an adult, can't sleep on a couch. And even like, when I go to VidCon, right, and I usually will get like a big hotel room, and I'll just have any of my content friends who aren't presenting, like, hey, I have extra room if you want to get a cot or come sleep on the couch and need the extra beds. Like, whoever can fit is welcome. And like, even though people want to be there, sleeping on the pull-out couch is rough for all of the adults because it hurts. Like, we're not, I'm 29, like, I'm almost 30. That don't work anymore. So I understand your mom, like, wanting everyone under one roof. And I'm wondering if your mom is frustrated that, like, I'm wondering if your mom is a little frustrated that the kids weren't put on the couch and you were automatically put on the couch. That would make sense to me if she was. And I understand that she wants you there, but no, here's the thing. I not only think you're the good apple for wanting to get your own privacy and have your own place, but like, why are you paying for the big house if no one's planning on you being in a room? I think that if you're paying, you should get a room there. And if you're not, then I don't I don't think that you should. I don't think that you should pay anything for it. That's my personal opinion, and some people might disagree with me on that. But why would you? Like, they're getting a great deal. Great. They're not giving you a room. Why are you paying for it? I think that you either should be given the room and put the kids on the couch, or you don't pay for it. You pay for your own spot. Because it doesn't matter what great deal they got in the house if you can't stay there. You're still paying full price somewhere else. And if their great deal is so awesome, that's great for them, but then it should be so awesome that they can pay without making someone who's not staying there pay. You know what I mean? Like, they're grown adults. And that's my opinion. Take that as you will. Take it with a grain of salt. But I'm going good apple on that one. Apple number 4. Am I the bad apple for ruining Mother's Day for my daughter-in-law? I, 64 female, have 3 kids and they're all unmarried. Oh, sorry, they're all married. My bad. I, 64 female, have 3 kids and they're all married. This post is about my son and his wife, Jenny. Jenny struggles with infertility and she has no children. I have another son whose wife is expecting next month, and my daughter recently had her own first child. Everyone's been busy for Mother's Day and they all couldn't meet up for the holiday, which is fine. They're all starting their own families. I thought it would be really nice to send my expecting daughter-in-law and son and my daughter a Mother's Day basket. So here's the thing. Jenny has always made comments that her 2 dogs are the first grandkids, and I always thought it was a joke, but she's very big on being a dog mom. My daughter posted a picture in our group chat of everything she got for Mother's Day and included the basket I sent her. My daughter-in-law then also thanked me for the basket that I sent her in the group chat. Jenny then called me soon after and asked where her basket was. I was confused and asked what she meant. I thought this meant that she was pregnant. She was telling me just now, but she clarified that I had 2 grandkids by her already and said the dog names. I was even more confused at this, and she clarified that her dogs were her children, and she should have then gotten a basket. I told her she's not a mother. Mother's Day is for women that raise children. Human children, not pet owners. She got really upset and cursed me out for not getting her a basket and that she is a parent. And now my son's telling me that I need to apologize and send a basket over, and is calling me a jerk for not sending her a basket and telling her that she's just a pet owner and not a mother. I think this is ridiculous, but am I the bad apple? I already know that a lot of people are going to disagree on this one, and that's okay. That's fine. Not everyone has to agree. Not everyone has to be on the same page. I already know people are not going to agree with me, and that is fine. You don't have to. But I personally am going, yeah, for sure. Because here's the thing. Here's what makes it bad apple for me personally. It's one thing if Jenny just chose to not have children, and you wanted to make hold on, I want to preface this. I know that everyone is going to have different boundaries and different thought processes with this particular issue. For me personally, like you all know that, like, this is my son. I birthed him myself. This little hi baby, and his sister birthed her first. These are my babies. These are my children. Did I celebrate Mother's Day? I'll be honest, I didn't even think about it, to be honest. But there are people that do that for pets. For me personally, if Jenny simply chose not to have kids and was like, you're awful for not getting me a Mother's Day present, I don't think I would go bad apple. I don't know, it depends on the context. For me, with this woman struggling with infertility, and with right now her fur babies being the closest thing she has that she's able to get 2 children of her own, for you to, I understand if you didn't think about it. I understand if you sent the other 2 the basket and then she made a comment and you were like, you know what, I'm so sorry. You're right, I'm gonna send you a basket, and sent one then. For you to double down and be like, you're not a mom, to someone who's struggling with infertility, that to me is what makes you a bad apple. I think that's so uncalled for. I think that's so insensitive to someone who wants to be a mom so bad. And I know there's gonna be people out there I know who are like, well, she could adopt, she could foster. I don't care. I don't care that those are her options. Great, those are her options. Whoop-de-doo. I don't care. I just don't. It makes no difference to me in my ruling. For someone struggling with infertility, for you to rub it in their face that they're not a mother, I think that's gross behavior. I think that's gross behavior. I think that if she is struggling with infertility, this is something that you know, and she is signaling that it was hurtful for everyone to be talking about how you sent them something for Mother's Day. And she's like, well, this is the closest thing that I have to that. And you're like, that doesn't count. That to me is, I think that's so insensitive, and I think that's rude. Now, there's gonna be some people that are like, well, she's right. Who cares about her feelings? And you know what? That's your prerogative. That's your values. That's your boundaries. You do you. I'm going bad apple. I think it's rude. I think it's insensitive. I think it's wrong. Like for me, I see this as a cry for help of I'm struggling with infertility. I'm feeling left out. I'm struggling today. I want this so bad. Can someone give me a bone? And you're like, no, absolutely not. I don't like that. I think that's rude. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm going bad apple. For me, I feel like there are so many other things. Like what does it do to you to just send her a basket? This is your daughter-in-law who's struggling with infertility. That is a very real issue that your son is dealing with too. It's not just her. Your son and his wife are struggling with this issue, and you, instead of just, what is it? This is your son. Does it kill you to just humor him and send a stupid basket? Why does that offend you so much? It shouldn't, okay? If you can't put your son's vulnerability in front of like your idea of what Mother's Day should be. It's a Hallmark holiday. It's not your birthday. It's not a religious holiday. This is a Hallmark holiday. You can't humor your son and his wife. You can't send a supportive little basket of like, yeah, you're doing what you, like, what does that hurt you? It's not even that I'm like, oh yeah, you should tell her she's the best mother ever and tell her that her dogs are her first grandkids. It's like, she's telling you this is hurting her. This is something they're both struggling with. You can't just send a stupid basket to make them feel better. That to me is like, so, like, instead you're just like rubbing it in their face. That to me is wrong. And I'm not saying that you can't send the basket to the others, and I'm not saying they can't thank you for it in the group chat. I'm saying they brought to you, this was hurtful, this is stressful, this is an issue that you know they're struggling with. You can't just send it to them to be nice. If it'll just make their day, if it'll make it hurt a little bit less. You can't do that for your family, for your son and his wife. That's all I'm saying. That tells me a lot about you as a person, personally. I'm going bad apple. That's me. Okay, so I have 2 bad apples and 2 good apples, split right down the middle. At least that's what I got. I would love to know if you got something similar or different. Definitely let me know down in the comments. As a reminder, if you want your stories to be featured on Am I the Bad Apple, you can send them to my subreddit, r/AmITheBadApple. And for your well wishes, obviously happy late Mother's Day to everyone who is celebrating. Today is not only Buttermilk Biscuit Day, National Buttermilk Biscuit Day, which my mouth is already salivating, but it is also National Dance Like a Chicken Day. So I'm about to go to the store, get me some Pillsbury buttermilk biscuits, you know, like the butter flaky ones. Oh, my mouth is watering. And while they're cooking, I'm gonna dance like a chicken dance with my boy. I know you see your sister. Please don't run after her and attack her. I know, please, for me. Oh my God, I'm gonna drool thinking about these biscuits. Now, my only question is, for your biscuits, what do you put on it? Sometimes I'm just a butter girly, like I just love to butter it up. And then other time, raspberry jam, blackberry jam. Blackberry jam is good. It is good. I'm not a gravy person. I know that's gonna shock many of you. I'm not a biscuits and gravy person. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I know. That's not very Southern of me, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope I see you guys next week. And what else do I say? Shoot, I'm really sick. My gosh, that's embarrassing. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, my lovelies. Mwah.